it's Cara with Cara Jo Plans. It is that time of the month where we close out July and see how I did with my budget categories. So we're going to get started. So what I did was I took my expense tracker and I have all of my expenses on here except my cash spending. So my food is going to probably be a little bit off. So that's the only thing that's going to be a little bit off. I didn't write down my cash spending on my food envelope this month. So I know that's going to be off. Anyhow, so what I did was I ended up with 3 pages of tracking this month. That's a lot. But you'll see a lot of it's this bright orange color, which is awesome. That's paying off debt. And I had a couple extra income sources. I got reimbursed for some checks and some PayPal. I moved some money to pull from my vacation envelopes for August ahead of time, so that's already pulled out of my envelopes, and that's just for tracking my balance purposes, so that's not going to be counted. But what I did at the top here was I totaled every category on each page, and we're going to add those up and put those on my Where Did My Money Go worksheet. So I'm going to get started with that. So my first category was food. And on this first page, let me get my calculator out. My first page, I spent $259.59 on food. And the next page, I spent $134.23. And the only time I used my cash envelope for food, other than to reimburse my checking account, because I did a lot of my grocery shopping at Walmart, so I did the Walmart pickup and then put the money back into my account. I know I spent $11 at the bakery to buy my celebration cake and some cookies for my coworkers. So I'm going to add that $11 in. So right now we're at 2 pages, plus the third page would be $49.22 plus $11. So I spent $454.04 on food this month, and that is over. My food budget was $400, so I'm over $54.04 on food this month. Now let's go through and look at my fuel. So I had $41.15 on the first page. And then I had $79.01 on the second page and none on the third page. So I only spent $120.16 on fuel this month. So that means this should be a plus sign. That's over. So I was under budget on food by $79.84, which is awesome. And then let's go through and do utilities. I will zoom in on this so you can actually see the numbers if you can't see them right now once we get all the totals done and I start calculating some stuff. So bear with me. Utilities is my next category. I had budgeted $499.38, so let's see where we were. So we had $262.54 on utilities there, plus $236.11 plus $37.48. So I was at $536.13 this month on utilities. Oh, and the reason it was higher, $499.38, it was higher by the $36.75, which was my trash. I didn't calculate that into this budget. So that's where I made that mistake, because it is exactly the amount of my trash bill, which I pulled from my sinking funds, but I still should have added that into my monthly budget for utilities. That was my mistake. All right, next up, household. So $627.60. And I'm going to have 2 mortgages on this one for some reason. So the household's going to be over. I'm going to take I'm going to take this mortgage off of the first one here because that should have gone out on the 31st of June and I didn't close out June. So we're going to take that off. So 1271 plus 202.32 for my Norwex plus 211.98 plus 48.75 plus 90.09 plus 529 plus 99 plus 627.60. So I ended up spending $1199.73 on household, and I had budgeted $896.59. So I was over $303.14 on that. And I know a lot of that was the Norwex and some other things that I bought off of Amazon. So I know that that's why that's over. Fun money. Did I spend any fun money this month? $17. I spent $17 in fun money. So 45 minus 17. That came under $28. And debt, I know I paid more than this in debt. So let's see what my debt total was. This one's exciting. I hope this one's over. $18,225.02 plus $3159.10 plus $105.19. I put a total of $21,489.31 to debt, which is fantastic. Makes going over budget on everything else so much worth it. So that was over $822.43, but I'm excited about that one. So I'm going to put a little heart next to it. I paid $800 more in debt than I thought that I was going to. And then beauty, I had budgeted $87.06. So we've got 65 plus 81.81. And I got my hair done and it was more than the gift certificate that I had. So I did spend more on my hair than I probably budgeted for. So that one was $146.81 minus $87.06. And that one was over $59.75. Then my sinking funds, I put 603. I put 603 in my sinking funds, which is exactly what I had budgeted to put in there. So that was even. And then planner supplies, $7.20 plus 85 plus 91.55. Impulse buy on Once More with Love. So that was $183.75. I went over budget on planner supplies. Plus $83.75. And then the other category that I don't have written down here that I did spend money on, which came out of a my sinking funds, was car maintenance. My Easy Pass was due to be refilled, so I spent $35 on that. So that was obviously over $35 than more I intended to spend. So let's see what my total monthly budget difference was. So minus $54.04 here, and I'm done with this, so we can just focus in on this one here. Give me one moment. Okay, so here we are. Now we can see this whole page. So minus $54.04 plus $79.84 minus $36.75 minus $303.14 plus 28 minus $822.43 minus $59.75 minus $83.75 minus $35. So I went over budget this month by $12.87.02. So I didn't do a real good job of budgeting my expenses here. I know I went way over with my household, and I paid a lot more to debt than I had budgeted originally at the beginning of the month, which isn't really a bad thing. I'm not mad about that. So let's total up my monthly spends. So that's $454.04 plus $120.16 plus $536.13 plus $1199.73 plus 17 plus 21,489.31 plus 146.81 plus 603 plus 183.75 plus 35. So my total spent this month was $24,784.93, and I am never going to see another month like this. This debt payment was a one-time debt payment that is never going to happen again. Okay, so let's see what percentage of my income I spent on each category. Okay, so because so much of this went to my debt and this was such a huge number, all of my other expenditures look like very small percentages of my income because so much of it went to my debt. You can see about 5% was household. But if we ignored that debt, all of these numbers are pretty much on spot where they were supposed to be. Groceries going over, not real happy about it, but it does happen sometimes. I went out to eat. Well, not out to eat, but I ordered food out. And I celebrated my license exam. So $54 over is like 1 or 2 times eating out. And I'm going to keep it under budget next month because we're going on vacation, but that was like a special occasion that I should have planned for, but I'm not real mad about it. I haven't gone over budget on groceries in months, so that's not too big of a deal. And the household spending, because I got this extra income, is probably why I felt more comfortable going over budget on this and putting more towards debt. So overall, the biggest thing that I'm focusing on is I was able to put $21,000 towards debt this month, and that is a huge deal to me. And I was able to get a couple things we needed for the house that I didn't originally plan for the beginning of July before I knew that I was getting this check. So that's my closeout for this month, and then I'm not going to do the comparison between June and July because I didn't close out June. So that was June was a big huge mess for me, and that's when I started switching how I do my paycheck budget. And then when I close out August, these numbers aren't going to match up. So I might rework them without this whole big extra debt payment just to see what the actual percentages were without paying off that extra debt. And then we'll look at that in August again. So this is my closeout budget for July. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, leave them below. Don't forget to subscribe, and please like this video. It tells YouTube that you are interested in my content and want to see more like it. So thank you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.